Hi there, Darren here today. I'm just going to show you how to create an original article to start the super spin process. Generally, it's pretty easy to do. I use software called openoffice.org, which is absolutely free to download, and you just go to the website. This one right here, openoffice.org, and you can download the software for free and install it. It's good. It's made by a company called Sun Microsystems, a very respectable company, and it will work absolutely great for you. And everything you make in this can be opened by Microsoft Word, Microsoft Office, all of those things. So that's what I actually use for it. And basically, the first thing I do is I create a new document, and you'll see at the top of the document here, I entered a little list of primary keyword and LSI keywords. Those things are referring to what you are targeting the article for. Extreme weight loss, the primary keyword, is the one that the article is going to be trying to be ranking for. LSI keywords are secondary keywords, ones that aren't as important and don't need to be used as often, but actually are really, really relevant in order to have this rank for more than just one Google keyword. The way this actually works is, as you will see, first of all, the first thing you want is the article length will be actually 500 words. That's what we want. Next, we want a bulleted list. Those are easy to read for people, and the various article directories really like those. Now, other than that, it's really quite simple. You basically write a 500-word article. That's it. And while it sounds a little overwhelming at first, there's a couple little techniques that I use to make it a little easier. First of all, we need to have a couple of headings. I will write down the main heading, and on that main heading, you always want your primary keyword, as would be provided to the project begins, as soon as possible in the very first heading sentence, the title of the actual article itself. As you can see, I put extreme weight loss for the first 3 words and then flesh it out so it actually makes sense for what the topic of article will be. In this case, it is extreme weight loss methods at work. So that's great. We've got the primary keyword showing up right at the start. Now, the way I actually do this is I try and think up a couple of categories that the rest of the article will be in, and then I just write about 100 words in each category or so. So in this case, if you look down, you'll see I have another category here. Now this time, the primary keyword doesn't need to be at the very beginning, but it is preferable if it is. Here you'll see I have extreme weight loss is buried in this one as well. You can actually use one of your LSI keywords there instead, and that would absolutely be just fine. Now you'll see down a little lower I have yet another heading, but this time I used one of my LSI keywords, how to lose 10 pounds, which you will see we put up here when we first started writing the article. So now I've got my 3 headings, as you see. Usually I use 4, but in this case I use 3. Then all you have to do is write a little bit under each heading, and usually there's an introductory little paragraph about what the article will be about. It doesn't really have to be very involved, but one of the important things is you want that primary keyword to again appear as early as possible in this first paragraph. Then generally I like to put a bulleted list right here. Is where I put it. I usually put it before the 5th paragraph. It just kind of summarizes a couple of little tips about what the article might be talking about later. The reason that we put this here is it has been proven that bulleted lists engage the user more. They're less likely to flip away. Once they can see the bullets somewhere, they'll actually take a look at the quick points, which might inspire them to actually read the article. These are quite important. I usually use about 4 or 5 points in them when I do them, and I almost always do them. Then we continue to write a little bit. Then we hit the next category, which was the second heading we made. And then I write a little bit in there as well, and basically that's how it continues till you get to 500 words. In OpenOffice, there's actually, under the Tools menu, there's a thing called Word Count. When I hit this, it'll actually tell me how many words are in the whole document. Now this one has gone significantly over what I want. Usually I go 500 to 600 words, and the reason for that is because when we go to superspin the article, it will triple the amount of spinning we have to do. So for instance, if we have 500 word article, when we're done super spinning, that article will now be approximately 1500 words. And however, in this case, it's 650 words. So when we super spin it, that will triple, which will put us well over 1800 words. So it's fairly significant when you start moving into that level of words. It's fine, but just be aware it takes a little bit longer to do. Now that we've got the article written, we want to go back through it and make sure that we embed these words. The goal for this one, the high-end goal, is to have the phrase to appear about 3% of the time in the article, which would mean the phrase would appear 3 times out of every 100 words. Now that's a bit high because you want it to be readable. So usually I try to get this to about 2%, which would actually be about twice per every 100 words. Meaning, in a 500 word article, our phrase would appear about 10 times. That's the goal for that. Now, we have the LSI keywords. These are also keywords that we want to appear in the article. And our goal is to have them each appear in a 500 word article. 500 word article. Of course, if the article is longer, you want it to appear more. So the goal would always be 10 times in the 500 word article. However, that's quite unrealistic to embed all of this stuff, or else it'll start looking really goofy and strange. There'll be a lot of repetitive statements, and a lot of mediators, or the people that approve these articles after, will start to, reject them because it'll look like we're deliberately trying to do that. So personally, I try to get the phrase to appear for each one of these LSI keywords. I guess I should put that up here just to make it a little less confusing. Once every 100 words, or 500 word article equals 5 times. Meaning that these LSI keywords, there would be 15 of them. 5 appearances, 5 appearances, 5 appearances. Now this article isn't completely optimized, so I'm not really sure if these appear that often. However, that is the goal. So as we can see, extreme weight loss methods 1, extreme weight loss methods 2. Let's keep looking down here. Extreme weight loss 3. Extreme weight loss 4. Found a spelling mistake. That's good. Then we keep scrolling on down. 5. 6. So it's a little bit low, but for readability, we got it in there 6 times. So and it's 600 word article, so we're at 1%. I'd prefer to have this a little closer to 2, but this article's pretty good. So I'm pretty happy with that. Now, if we look through the how to lose 10 pounds stuff at the bottom of the thing, you'll see I have it in a title, so that's one. And that's a very, very good one. That's important. We also want to have some bolding and italics pretty randomly throughout here, which I haven't done. And ideally, you'd want these keywords to be in your bolded stuff. So for instance, here we would do extreme weight loss is one of the highest rated diet shows to ever have aired. We could bold and italicize that, and that's okay. And we could scroll down here and you could do it. However, that doesn't mean an atomic fat loss fashion. As you can see, atomic fat loss is one of our LSI keywords. So it wouldn't be a bad idea to italicize that. Of course, you don't want to overdo it. You don't want to have that every paragraph, but every second paragraph, or if they're long paragraphs, you could have one in each one. I generally like to keep it down to like 5 sentences maximum per paragraph. I find that it's a little easier to read that way. So now we've got our primary keyword. We found it in their lots. We've scrolled through. We've made sure how to lose 10 pounds, zippy fat loss, and atomic fat loss appear throughout our copy. And it's over 500 words. So this is absolutely the first step in creating a super spun article. And remember, I use OpenOffice Writer, which is part of openoffice.org. These keywords will be provided in the project description when an agreement is made and such, and usually provided by the search engine researcher. We want an article length of minimum of 500 words, and we want a bulleted list. Do not go under this 500 word limit. More is okay, not a lot more, like we don't want 1,000 words, but 500 words is okay, and bulleted list is absolutely critical. And I add this to the top of every article that I write, simply so that I don't forget any of these things. When the article is done, I'll usually actually go through and in brackets, I'll actually put how many times it appears, and then seeing as I was a 600 word article, which means approximately 1%. Now, you want to keep these primary keywords in a separate document or written down for yourself, because they are absolutely critical when we go to actually start spinning the article. But as far as we go right now, this is the very beginning, and we've now got our article to work with.
Thank you so much for taking the time to watch my entire video. I hope it gave you some great advice and tips you can use. If you have any questions about this video, please head over to my blog by clicking on the logo in the video now, by entering darrenmaurer.org into your web browser, or by clicking the link directly below the video. You may also leave any questions or comments below the video. I love hearing what my viewers have to say. You can check out my other videos and tutorials on my blog, my YouTube channel, or by clicking immediately on the one that you want to watch directly in the video you are currently viewing. And please be sure to subscribe to both my YouTube channel and my blog to get future tips and updates. Have fun!